Moved by Senator Ngwe.
The minority leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I support the motion that we suspend our rules to enable the Senate to discuss the motion on the floor. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that we do suspend our rules to enable us to revisit without a written paper the earlier motion brought by Senator Tony Woyer. Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So we can revisit. Distinguished leader of the Senate, you can go ahead. Distinguished colleagues, just before we went on the closed session to discuss matters of urgent national importance, we were on the bill, on the motion by distinguished Senator Tony Woye on the creation of local government accounts by some three state governments and in an attempt to circumvent the Supreme Court decision that money should go directly to the accounts of local governments in the country. And so we have deliberated on it. We have come to the reasonable position that the Supreme Court of Nigeria is the final court of the land, and that they cannot make uh, a pronouncement that would not be enforced. So, in other words, the Nigerian Senate stands solidly behind the Supreme Court decision on its efforts through a judicial pronouncement to sanitize the administration of local governments in the country and stop further abuse of local government funds. So we stand solidly behind the Supreme Court of Nigeria. In addition to that, we have looked at the motion and we agree that some of the prayers in the motion are such that could conflict with the existing regulations, including the Constitution. And accordingly, I will invite the Deputy Senate President to make prayers that we jointly agree upon that should go out there so that the press will be well guided. And nobody will go and say that Senate said this or said that, because we believe strongly that if there's any legacy that this administration will leave behind, including the 10th Senate, it is the legacy of sanitizing the local governments, ensuring that local government funds are well utilized for the benefit of the rural people, and at the same time, local governments are allowed to function and function well. That will also, in due course, include their elections. Distinguished Deputy Senate President, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, based on the deliberation that was made by this August Senate in the just concluded executive session, I stand to move on behalf of this August Senate for the approval of two prayers in respect of the motion that was brought before this August Senate by Senator Tony Unwe, thereby discarding the earlier prayers in the motion as brought by him. The two prayers are as follows: all states and local governments to fully comply with the recent Supreme Court judgment on the disbursement and utilization of funds accruing to all local governments in Nigeria. Prayer 2. Okay.
Senator Ningi, he has moved a prayer 1 in respect of the earlier discussed motion that all states and local government should immediately comply with the recently pronounced judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Any seconder?
My name is Senator Abdul Ningi and I represent Bauchi Central. I rise to support the motion heavily canvassed and moved by the Deputy Senate President that the Supreme Court resolution must be obeyed by all parties in Nigeria. I so moved.
Thank you. Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been proposed in respect of the earlier discussed motion by the Deputy Senate President, Prayer 1, saying that all states, all tiers of government in the Federation should immediately comply with the recently pronounced judgments of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, particularly relating to local government accounts, and then the funds of local government going directly to the local governments for its utilization to improve the lot of Nigerians. And this prayer has been seconded by distinguished Senator Nengi. Those in support of the prayer one has moved, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer one is accepted. Yes, distinguished Senator.
Mr. President, the second prayer is as follows: that the Senate ensures alterations to relevant provisions of the Constitution to provide for the full autonomy of the local governments in Nigeria. Mr. President, I so move.
Yes. Distinguished Senator Mongunu, the Chief Whip.
Distinguished President of the Senate, distinguished senators, my name is Senator Mohammed Tahir Monguno. I represent Borno North Senatorial District. I most humbly support the prayer as canvassed by the Deputy Senate President. I so second.
The second prayer has been moved by the Deputy Senate President that the Senate should immediately take steps to go through the procedures of altering any section of the Constitution or any law to give birth to full autonomy of local governments in Nigeria. Those in support of the prayer as moved and seconded say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Let me use this opportunity to thank my colleagues for all the contributions and thank distinguished Senator Tony Williams, who brought up the motion bordering on attempts to circumvent the ruling of the Supreme Court. And I want to thank all of you for your contributions, and I assure you that the 10th Senate, working with our colleagues in the House of Representatives, will alter any aspect of our Constitution, amend any section of our laws to ensure autonomy, full autonomy to the local government administrations in this country, so that it will be recognized fully in action and in fact as a third tier of government of the Federation. So I thank you for the motions so far moved. Point of order, Senator Binus Yaro.
Thank you, Mr. Senate President, distinguished colleagues. My name is Binos Yaro, Adamawa South. I'm coming under Order 41 and 51 to enable me present the motion on the passing on of distinguished Senators Jonathan Sales Zingina as approved by this chamber yesterday.
Yes. Proceed.
Thank you. Again, I'm Binos Yaro, Adamawa South. This motion is a matter of urgent national importance on the passing of former Senate Deputy Leader, Senator Dr. Jonathan Sales Zingina. It's been co-sponsored by my colleagues from Adamawa, Senator Aminu E. Abbas, Adamawa Central, and Senator Amos Komai Yohana, Adamawa North. It is with deep sorrow that I rise to inform the President of the Senate and my distinguished colleagues of the passing of Senator Dr. Jonathan Sales Zingina, a member of this hallowed chamber who served as a representative of the good people of my senatorial district, Adamawa South Senatorial District of Adamawa State, for 2 terms, from May 1999 to June 2007, elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Senator Zingina was born on 1st August 1954 in Falu, Buyuk local government area of Adamawa State, and passed on here in Abuja on 2nd October 2024 after a brief illness. While in the Senate, he served on many key standing committees such as Works and Housing, which he chaired, Establishment, Internal Affairs, Information, Special Projects, Privatization, and Economic Affairs. As chairman of the Senate Committee on Works and Housing,
Senator Zwingina played a pivotal role in shaping policies that addressed Nigeria's infrastructure and housing challenges. He was also a vocal advocate for policy areas he championed, such as in appropriation, education, and youth empowerment. In his second term between 2003 and 2007, he served as the Deputy Majority Leader of the 7th Senate, 7th Assembly. Senator Zingina's contribution to Nigeria spanned decades and left an indelible mark on our nation's history. He was a leading voice in the struggle for democracy, serving as the Director General for the MKO Abiola campaign during the iconic 1993 presidential elections. Prior to his time in the Senate, Senator Zingina played a pivotal role in shaping national discourse as the Adamawa State and later Plateau State Director of Mass Mobilization for Social Justice, Self-Reliance, and Economic Recovery, otherwise known as MAMSA, during General Ibrahim Babangida's military regime. As a seasoned intellectual and administrator, Senator Zingina held other key positions, such as lecturer in political science at the College of Preliminary Studies, Yola, now Adamawa State Polytechnic, and Honorable Commissioner for Health, and later Commissioner for Water Resources and Rural Development in Adamawa State. His leadership and vision transformed lives, fostering growth and development in Adamawa State and Nigeria at large. Beyond politics, Zingina was a respected intellectual with a passion for international relations and journalism. His insightful perspectives shed light on complex issues, enriching public discourse. Senator Zingina's legacy of service, his commitment to democracy, and his dedication to the betterment of Nigerians will be remembered for generations to come. May his soul rest in perfect peace. The prayers are as follows: that the Senate send a delegation to participate in his burial program. Two, that the Senate ask the federal government to name a national edifice in his remembrance. And three, that the Senate observes a 1 minute silence in his memory. I so submit.
Distinguished Senator Nengi,